like import, and here it react from react, and one more is like render. What is the render from react DOM. So one more is like router, import router browser history, and here I am going from and react hyphen router. So yeah, this is a browser history. And one more I am going to take like provider in the react redux. And here it is like react hyphen redux. And one more is like routes. I am going to import routes from routes.config. That one is like routes from routes.js. I will import. I will write the routes over there. So, and I'm going to import one more thing is like configure. Okay, this one I will tell. Well, once the story is coming, I will tell. Now I am going to use style. One is styles and slash styles.css. Okay, and yeah. So import React from React, and 1 second. Okay, okay, and here I am going to use constant app is equal to document dot get element by id, and here I am using app. Okay, and one more thing is like a render, and here I am giving like uh, provider store. For now we are store, and okay, and router history. Oops. These are the different things I am going to provide inside this app. I mean here, and but coming for this. Okay. Okay. And here in the routes section, I am going to give the routes, different routes, and we'll see what are the different components we are going to create. So in the index.js, what we have done is we have taken the React, and we have render, and we have taken the router, and we have taken the provider of the React text, and I have imported the routes and also CSS styles, and in the provider, inside the provider, I have taken like route history and browser history, and I mean this is a class. For this class I am going to, so these are the different parameters. Routes and history are different parameters, so I am going to pass this browser history and also routes module. So what is my routes module? Whatever I am going to create now, that will be injected to this router. So in these routes I am going to give for like default export default, and here it is like a route. Here it is like route and path. path equal to slash means home, and also here it is like component is equal to some app app. Okay, so one second. Yeah, app and app, and also this is like this should be there in inside this. We have to write index route and all. Index route first, the first home page. What should be our home page? That to mention that we have to give the tag known as index route. Okay, index route, and this index route we will be importing from the React router. So first I will okay, index route, and we will give the component, and here I am going to give like some home page. Okay, here I am going to give like some home page. So now I will import all these different React from React, and I will import this router also. Here also again we want to import, and import from route, comma index route. So now it is fulfilled here from React router, React hyphen router. Okay. And also we'll see like import app from, I'm going to get this from the components. Okay. Components. Component slash app. There I am going to create my application. I mean in the components folder that we will see, and also here I am going to give some home page, like home page, that this one I should get created. I should create it in the components folder. Uh, I should mention the path of that components folder slash home slash homepage. Okay, so one more thing is like import courses page. Yeah, up to fine. Okay. So here I have taken import React from React, and React route and indexed route, and I have taken app, main app, and also I have taken one indexed route component homepage. And one more thing I am going to give here, that is like some about page, courses page, and also manage course. So these are the different routes I am going to provide. So first I will go for about page, and I'm going to get this from the components, and I'm going to get this from about folder, and I'm going to get this from about page. Okay, and one more thing is like import. I'm going to do one more route for the one more page, that is courses. Okay, courses page from, I'm going to get here from the components slash course slash courses page, import manage course page from component slash course slash, and manage course. Sorry, it's a course. Yeah, manage course page. So for all this, I want to write a route for all this, like a route, and I am going to give path. If it is like about, I am going to give component, and here it is like about page, and one more route I am going to mention. So in this path is equal to, I am going to give some courses, and component, and here I am going to mention courses page. And one more thing is like course, yeah, single course if it is component, and it's like a manage course page. Okay, and one more route I am going to give, that is like path, and that is like course /:id from component is equal to manage course page. So both of this I am going to write a code in the manage course component, and then in the course manage course page. And I have taken here 4 routes, that is they are like about one is like home page and about page and courses page and manage courses page. So in this basically you will find like three in the front end, but they will be acting as 5 based on the operations what is happening in it. So suppose if I want to click on one course and I want to edit that course, so that details it will go and update in the grid. So that operations are this course page, manage course page. And now I will create the components for for this about page. So first what we have done like index.js. I have taken like a router and also browser history, and I have taken the routes actually. So for these routes, I have given like some routing information. I have taken here totally four routes: about course and the courses, and also course colon ID. Based on the ID, the particular course will be edited in the grid. And also yeah, and now I am going to create the components for each of these pages. Okay, so where I want to create in this path component home page, right? Components. So first I will start with the one folder, like here it is home page, home. Okay, so in this home I am going to create a new file, that is like homepage.js. 1 second. .js, and one more folder, that is sorry, one more folder here, that is about folder, and one more folder, that is com I mean course folder. Okay. So all these different folders I have created in these components. So now in this home page, I am going to create one component actually. So that is like let us start with some import, and here it is like link, and from uh, react hyphen router react hyphen router. And first I want to get the link. Then with this link we have to we have to associate the path of that particular about, and also from there we have to give the route, right? So we have to first associate the link actually for this route. So that will be like constant home page. So yeah, it's like it's basically written, and here I am going to give div uh, class ID. I'm going to use one bootstrap class like jumbotron. Okay, so yeah, and here I am going to give none h1 and administration administration and also some kind of para. I'm going to start one para React Redux. React Redux. React Redux example. Axios example. And here I am going to give link to for which one about is the one here if you see in the routes. Okay, and here one second, yeah, one second. uh, class name and here it is like button and button primary and button large. You can check button large and button LG. Button large means button LG, and here some something. Okay. So here I am going to export default homepage. Export default homepage. Okay. So now I have created the home page and I will create a about page here. About page is like it is like this, like about space page. I mean about 1 second. About page .js. So in this about page.js, I am going to create some some page information like import React from uh, React, and here I am giving some constant and page about page, and it is equal to some and return and here I am going to mention some div some h1 about page, and here I am going to do some just a small information I give here. So likewise I am going to create for the uh, course form, and I mean course also for this course I am going to first create for the course page, like course page.js. So in this course page.js, okay, yeah, first we'll create about few things here, like import React, comma, prop types, okay. React, and here I am going to create a class course page, and here I am giving some extents, extends react.component, component, and also constructor, and here I am going to go like super. Yeah, so I am going to use some props here, props in context. Context for no props, we'll see. And render, I'm going to use here a constant, and I am what the properties I am getting. I am going to destructure this one, props process, and finally I am going to return, and here I am taking some div, and h1 like courses, and I'm going to create one more that is like courses list, that one, course list component. So that one I will start again here, like course list.js, course list.js. So here so in this page I just created one course page, but I am going to list the all courses. Okay, so for that I am going to take one more component. So in that course listed component I am going to get all the courses, like first import react from react, and one more thing is like import okay, what constant, sorry, like a class here, class course list, and I am going to use here like courses. This is a variable inside the function, and I'm going to use now return, and this return I am going to mention this return. I am sorry, it's not class, it's constant. Constant, and this return I am going to give some table. This table class name I am giving some table. So class name I am going to give some table, and thread I am going to thread. I think you are aware thread will do like multiple iterations for the table. Okay. And if you want to use an array inside a table, table body, we have to go for thread. Okay, th. So I want to get like the postman. If you see my postman, I will be having here like one is like title and author and also category and length. So these details I am going to get here like NBSP, and I mean this is a space actually, and NBSP is a space, and at very first initial point header, and I am going to give here like one more header that is like a title, and one more is like th, and that is like author, and one more header I am going to give here, that is like category category, and one more header I am going to mention, that is like length. So these are the different things I am going to get from the API. Okay, so yeah, this is about th, and then I am going to use the t body. The t body I am going to mention the table body. This I am going to mention courses dot map. I'm going to use here type course. Here I am going to mention some one more component, that is like course list row, list course list row, and here course list row, and here I am going to give like course side. One is like this is a different component I am going to create. Okay, I have to import this also. First we'll see like what are the different parameters I am going to pass for this. So I am going to pass here like one is like course id, course dot id, and one more thing is like course. I'm going to give the course details of for this. Two things I am going to display. One is like the id, and two things I am going to pass. One is like id, and the other one is a course for this course list. But coming for this course list row, there I will get the details of the author, category, and length with whatever. See here, it will iterate for these courses. It will iterate for title, author, and category and length. All this title, author, category, and length, so they will be iterated one after the other by this component. So in this component, based on the key, it will iterate and it will display and for every row. So it will take the first id and it will display title, author, category, and length. It will, and the second row it will take like title, author, category, and length. Likewise, it will separate I mean each time a different row. So for this course list row, again I want to take one more component, that is like a course list row dot js. Okay. So here I am going to mention like import React, and I'm going to use from React. Okay. And also I'm going to use like import link. I'm going to link my component to the I mean to the course id. I am going to link my this component to the course id that should be available there. It's like react hyphen router, react hyphen router, and here it is like a constant and course list row. So that's my component name. Okay, that's my component name. Here I am going to mention here some local variable course. So once this is where I am going to return, what I am going to return, I have to return the author, category, length, and course ID. All these different details I have to return. So for that, I am going to mention here some tr table row. Since it is a row, I am going to mention here a table row, and here I am giving some td. In this td, I am going to mention here link to, and here I am mentioning like a course, and here slash, and here I am going to mention course ID, course dot ID. Okay, so I think you will here. This is for the link, that is for the I mean route. Suppose if it is my course, and that particular course ID or whatever it is, that will be displayed, but this link is reacted, this routed to the link router. And here I am going to mention one more thing, that is also like for this link I am going to mention here like course title, course dot title. So I will be displaying the title to my front end. I will be displaying the title depend upon the ID in this. Okay, so here second, yeah, ID, and it is capital L, capital link. Okay, okay. Then one more thing is like td. I am going to now display course dot author, course dot author, and one more this thing I am going to display like course dot some category, course dot. So by on what basis these are displayed? These are displayed based on the link or ID, whatever we are getting. Based on the link, based on this ID, this all this remaining information is triggered. But from where I will get this ID? I will get this ID from the course list. From these courses. So from these courses, I will get for each ID. For each ID, this author and category and also length are displayed. Okay, category, and one more thing is like td. Here I am going to mention like course dot length. Here I am going to mention. Okay, here I am going to mention this one. Okay. So finally I have to export this, export default course list row. Likewise here also export default course page, and from here also export default course list. All this should be exported, and one more thing is here, that is like form. I want to align this whatever whatever these are there, I want to align this to one. I want to align this all this table ID. Title, author, category, and length. I want to align to one text input. I want to align that everything to one text input. So from there, yeah, the person can able to access. See now, up to now, what we have done is we have taken like routes, and then we have created the components of the particular route. We have created components of these particular routes, about, course, and also home. So about course and home. So in this course home, what now, in this course list, and in the course page I have like course list. Okay, the here I have to pass course is equal to this courses. This I want to pass. Okay, courses, and this should be imported. Actually, this course list also should be imported, like course list from course list. So in this course page, first it is like it will execute this course page. From here it will go for this course list, where it has to display all the courses. And finally, once it comes to this course list, I have taken one table, and this is the header of the table, and this is the body. In this body, now I am going to get the courses, and so in these courses I will be getting from the API, that we will see how we are getting from the API in JSX. And here courses.map, here I am going to iterate each and every row based on the ID. Based on the ID, I am going to display each and every row. So what this row should contain? This row should contain, one is like title, another one is like author, another one is like category, another one is like length. So these are the different things the row should contain. So in this also list also, we have to import, we have to import the course list row. Since we are using this here course list row, we have to import here course list row, like uh, import here course list row from course list. This is my path of the program. Okay, so yeah, and here in this course list row, I have like one is like link, and other one is like this router. So up to now we are going to display only the data whatever we are getting, so that the details we are going to display in the one table. Now if I am going to if I am clicking on this particular row, I want to edit the particular response. So if I want to edit the author or category, so that CRUD operation, the application should handle that CRUD operation, the application should handle. So for that, once if there is any click on the button, that should go for a this once if there is a click on any this course or link, it should go and route to one form. There it should display all the details of the this of that particular row. And once I am editing that any course ID or author or category or length, so that should definitely edit, and it should store inside the browser. That's the aim. So for that I am going to take one more form. So for that, to edit the particular row, I am going to take one more form. Okay, that is like this. Actually, course course form, that is like I'm going to get here course. course form.js. So here I am going to first as usual, yeah, import React from React, and one more thing I am going to uh, do some common, I mean different displays like input. Okay, okay. I am going to use here one. Okay, some custom directives. 1 second. I will take constant and course form is equal to. I am going to use like course and yeah, course and course like that. But here I am going to mention some return and here I am going to use like form, and here I am going to use some manage course. So here I am using some text input. So I am going to write one for text input custom input for this. Yeah. So name is equal to some title, and label is equal to some title, and value is equal to courses course dot title. Okay, and also on change is equal to so this is my custom input. I want to create one more folder that for this custom input. So I am going to use one information here, one folder here in this one more folder, that is like some common folder. So in this common folder I am going to create an text input dot js text input dot js. So in this I am going to use one functional component which will use like import react from react, and here I am going to use like constant text input, and here I am going to mention name and label. So these are the different things I am going to pass right here. So one is like I am going to pass name, label, and value on change. So for this I am going to write one input variable name, label, and on change also we have on change. We have placeholder. If we want to use, we can use placeholder. And one more thing is like we are going to use like value. We are going to use like value, and one more thing, value comma error. So here I want to now grab this class. So I am going to use one bootstrap class that is like a wrapper class. I am going to take one variable, but here I am going to use like form group. So here I am going to return I am going to return here some div, and in this div I am going to use like class name is equal to wrapper class means form group. Okay, so and also label I am going to use like HTML for some HTML for this is like name, this is like name, and one more thing is like label. Here I am going to mention label. So from where I will get this label, I should be getting this one from here. Okay, from here. So yeah, one is like a label, and the other one is like I'm going to use one more div inside, and for this div I am going to use like some field, okay, to mention that particular this and all for one particular input. We are going to do one custom input actually. So yeah, for this type I'm going to use like type equal to what should be the type of an input box text, and one more thing is like name, that is like name, and one more is like class name, that is like form control, and placeholder is equal to whatever. If I am passing placeholder, it will be passing that value here, and the value that should be the value what we are passing. So all the time when we pass the value here, that value is like course title. Okay, course title, and here on change, I am going to give on change. And now if there is any error, okay, if there is any error, or it will be displaying like div class name is equal to alert danger. So this is a bootstrap class which will display the text box into red actually, alert danger. And here I am going to mention the that particular error, whatever the error I am going to get, that I will be mentioning here like error, and also /div, okay, /div, and so yeah, this is how one input tag it is. So this input tag I am going to use this wrapper class. This is like a wrapper class. So this is like a bootstrap class form group. I am finally I am going to use this all this, but I am going to use one input text. This input text, whatever I am mentioning here, that is all is written to this input text. This input text now it should expect the parameters like name, label, and change, on change, and also placeholder and value and error. So those are the different parameters that input text should accept. So in this in this form I am going to give here like name and label and the value and on change. So for now I am going to pass this information. So I will revise from the first what I have done. So first I have taken one index.js. From there I have started the routing parameter. So from the routes I have routed to the routes file here. So here I have imported a provider. Inside the provider I have kept this router. So this router also belongs to the React router module. This we should install. And once we have done this one, we are going for the routes module. So from in the routes module, we are going to create the components and also the path. So if it is like about path and courses path and course path, and what component should get, it should get displayed. So first I went for this about path. In this about path I have taken uh, I mean in this about path I have taken one page. So this is my home page, and in the home page I have created one more administrator kind of some information. And in this courses page I have taken I am about to render the courses here. So which should give the details in the format of title, author, and category and length. So all these different four different categories I am going to display. So now after this, I am going to iterate this object whatever I have got here. I am going to iterate this object with courses list row, and this is a component again. With this in this component I am going to get course title, course author, course category, and course length. All these different based on the id they have to display. Okay, so this is also one of the route. If you see we have taken the course plus course id. So that will be my this route. Which route? uh, this one, manage course. So here only that I mean this will be reflected here. So in this uh, course list row I have it will be displaying all this title, author, category, and length. So finally if I want to manage this course, at that point of time I should go and display them in one form, and if I save them it should go and save in the table with the updated value. Suppose if the title is some ABC and I have changed it to some ABCD. So for that I should have some form once I wrote, I mean once I click on some button, right? So if I click on this link button or course title, it will go to the I mean it will go to this course ID form. So in this form, whatever the form I got here, just now I started with one text input, and I am going to pass here like a name, label, and a value and on change. But again here also we have to import the text input, right? We have to import the text input from common from common slash text input. Yeah, okay, it's like this actually, common slash text input. So in this text input, I am going for this text input, I am going to pass name, label, value, and on change. So all this name, label, value, and on change, I am going to give these values in the. I am going to give these values in this text input. So here I have created one functional component. So in this functional component, I am going to accept these are the different parameters: name, label, on change, placeholder, value, and error. So here I have taken one bootstrap class, that is form group, and I have taken that bootstrap class I have used it here, wrapper class, and this is the name of the particular title or label. Like here, if I am passing this value as some, if I am passing this value as some title, so that will be some title, so that will be passed to this input label, and this div label, and then here I am going to have one class name like field, and this is a bootstrap class. This is a bootstrap class, and here it is like input. In this input I am going to get type, name, and the class name, and placeholder, value, and also unchanged. So these are the different parameters I can able to pass to this input. So yeah, that's about a custom input tag, and also using a custom input tag and routing, and also using the giving the components, giving the components to the route, and also how component, and also index, and also providing the path, providing the router to the index.js. So these are the different topics we saw today, and tomorrow we'll see like different how to use this query form, and also how to do this API calls. So that information we'll be seeing tomorrow.